came out to my site when it was under development several times just to check to see what the progress is and to check the measurements to make sure the builder was constructing my tunnel to the proper specifications so I wouldn't have problems in the future.
The biggest thing to me was service, you know, having someone you can trust and rely on, and that was the deciding factor.
In the warehouse, we have our plant manager, our procurement manager, and our engineering and AutoCAD design for car wash equipment back here. They're set up in the offices, so they work together every day as they get job orders. We got guys ordering material, we got guys proofing drawings, making corrections, making changes on the fly, and then sending them out to be produced. Again, the carts that you see here are set up for a Kanban replacement program. The guys in the roller department that we'll go see in a little bit, when they have an empty carriage, they bring it down here, grab a full carriage, and that triggers the reorder quantity for that roller. Every one of them's tagged, every one of them has a parking spot, and that's how they do their keep full. It makes it go much faster than a paper process or anything else. And this area here is our rollover section. We started the rollover business about a little over 2 years ago, and we're now in production of our Bay Wash I-5. And our Bay Wash I-5 is staged in a production area where we can attach all of the bolted on components, moves up, gets all of its wiring, moves down the line, gets all of its plumbing. By the time it gets to the end, it's ready to go into our area that we drop it into our test pit. We actually run it, wash cars, hook it up to the computer, program it completely. When it's done from there, it gets picked up, put on the other end where it gets its custom colored skins. From there, it's ready for shipping. This area is starting to pick up now. They're staged now with about 6 machines ready to go, and the assembly was working real well, and we look forward to more sales of that machine. This area over here is our conventional machining area. In this area, we do small parts, small components with short runs, and then we also do prototypes. We've got our skin department here where we make covers for motors and the skins for the rollovers, as well as all kinds of parts. Even display items that you'll see on our trade show floor are made here in this area. The way we have our shop set up now, after multiple changes, going through lean manufacturing and a bunch of Kaizen events, they're set up where they have an assembly area, then a finished goods storage area. On the conveyor side, these are center section conveyors that get welded and painted. All they need for improvements is the plastic rails mounted to them. So they get done right here in this area. You can see that we've got the material up off the floor, so it's easy for the employee to work. They're working at standing up at waist high or chest high, and then they get stacked up here, staged, ready to go on trucks. From here, all the trucks are loaded against the wall, so all the material is working from the back wall to the front wall. And that's a staging area for conveyors and power packs up here that they will need to load trucks that you guys order. This over here is one of our first assembly cells. In this cell here, Mark and the guys are responsible for building tire brushes, tire shiners, and all the conveyor sections. They do the tire brush, tire shine in the back. This area, when they're done, they put them on the shelf up front. When they get done with that and they're working on conveyors, they'll work on conveyors up here, and they'll stage them up front here as well. The neat part about the area is we work with them together, so when we want to design something new, we'll go back to that cell and make sure that all the new parts are retrofittable to the old parts. We'll take a walk up front here, we'll look at the conveyor section, and we'll look at a couple of our retrofit kits. In this area, they assemble the conveyor sections, the entrance box and the take-up box. They do them again up on a table, on wheels, so they can work without bending over, makes them more efficient, makes them last all day long. On the table here, you'll see that this is one of our conversion kits. This is all the parts you need to do an air take-up conversion to one of our SONNY'S standard spring conveyors that we built a long time ago. All these parts here, along with the instruction manual, can be used to convert your conveyor with the spring take-up to the newest air take-up with the anti-jam roller-up forks and our new roller-up system. As they build the conveyors, this is the staging area where they put all their finished goods. And you can see the bottom section is full, so their Kanban is complete. They don't need any more conveyors today, so they're down working on sub-assemblies for tire brush, tire shine. On this area here, we've got also a poodle brush conversion kit. Down here is where we stage the finished, assembled tire brushes, tire shiners, and conveyors. And again, we've got one of our kits here to show that we've got a poodle brush conversion kit. And you can see up on the shelf, we've got mostly all poodle brushes built. The tire brush is really becoming one of our older pieces of equipment, and anybody that has an old SONNY'S tire brush can convert to the new poodle brush just by buying the kit and then by buying 2 new brushes. A neat way to keep your old equipment working new again. All of our assembly cells are set up very much the same way. It's taken a lot of time to learn how to do this and get it done right. but basically all their raw materials or welded components are stored on the back wall, delivered from the machine shop. They come in here, they get their improvements. They actually assemble parts to them, they put their components together, they drill them, machine them. When they're done, they turn around and they deliver them on the shelves up here, where the guys in shipping don't need to ask them any questions. They've got an order to go to load a truck. They just come up the rows, grab what they need, put it in the truck. When these guys see it's missing, they come back and build another one and replace it. And everything's done on basically a keep full program. And every one of the cells are working out just the same way. This area builds high pressure wash equipment and high pressure pump stations. And as you can see here, if they're not busy building a piece of equipment to fill a space, they're all building sub-assemblies. They get cross-trained, they work together, that's how they advance. We treat this much like a car wash. First you learn vacuuming, then windows, then drive on, drive off, someday become a supervisor or manager. We've got a lot of those guys running around here today that started off as assemblers. Real neat place to work. We've got a nice program to develop people and grow them throughout the organization, and everybody gets cross-trained and more people have more knowledge and helps you get better equipment. This is another example of one of our 11 assembly cells. Again, this whole back aisle is set up so it's clear for forklifts to deliver parts from the machine shop. The parts come in, they get staged here based on what they are. This is our brush department, so these are wraparounds and hub skins. Once they need to build something, they take them off, they put them on one of their tables or one of their carts, and they start adding the improvements to them. Bumper stops, bearings, then arms. On the brush side over here, we got a table that can build as many as 4 brushes at a time, so that he's very efficient in his operations and movements. As they continue to add improvements to them, they move them down the line. As we come down here, you'll see that they get palleted, ready to go on a shelf in an area that's ready for the shippers to take them. Come on, let's take a look. On this side here, you'll see all the small brushes on the shelf labeled 21-inch, 18-inch, 50-inch rockers and SF brushes with grill brushes down the end. On the other side, wraparounds are staged and stored here, waiting for trucks to go. In the truck area, you can go. In the truck area, we've got trucks in boxes here waiting to be loaded. We're loading trucks for this week, we're loading trucks for next week. We've also got trucks out in the yard by truckers that are left empty. If we get an emergency order for somebody who needs something right away, we've got as many as 6 tunnels here ready, waiting to be shipped same day. So we can get you out of trouble. If you have an accident or something that needs to be done real quick, we can actually take care of that within 24 hours. Well, let's take a look down the rest of the warehouse.